Hello guys, I am just a random fangirl and welcome back to my channel. This time we'll be reacting to a series of unfortunate events, season 2, episode number... Well, it's the last episode of the season. I think it's episode 10. Sorry, I just space out. Anyway, last episode was really great. I was like not confused, but wondering if the character that we were introduced to was Olivia or if she wasn't, because it was not clear. The makeup was really good. You can really tell that it's a makeup done to make the audience second guess if it's really her or not, because I was like 60% sure that it was her, but you know, it was a really good makeup and it was a really good performance that Olivia put on. So I was second guessing myself quietly in the corner, but apparently I was right. It was Olivia. And yeah, so that was a lot of fun. We are getting so much answers now. I am so excited for that though. Like, dude, I am really invested in this. It's just that they've been setting up so many things, so many characters and so many plots and a lot of things, and I just can feel that we are starting to get the payoff of everything. We are starting to get the payoff. And it's been great. It's been great. I can't tell you guys how excited I am for the next season. I mean, like, I am super excited for this episode, but I am also very excited for the next season. I am excited about all of it. The thing is that it's the last episode of the season, and you guys know what that means. Crazy shit happens on all of the season finales. Well, not all of them. Like, we only had one season finale, but the thing is that I am worried because in the last season finale, well, shit went down. We got some answers, but mainly our hopes just came crashing down for the most part. So I am not looking forward to that. I have a feeling that Olivia is going to die and in this episode, and because they said, right, last episode that things were going to only get a lot worse, and that is not great because, you know, the bottlers were finally happy, finally with some sense of security in, and they're going to get, that's going to be taken away from them, and I just hate that. Okay, to be completely honest, I watched the last episode about a month ago. So I don't remember all of it. But I remember most of the plot things that are going to keep happening. Like, I remember basically, like, I don't have everything fresh in my mind, but don't worry, I am super excited. I haven't forgotten anything major, just little details here and there that I am starting to remember as I continue talking. And yeah, so yeah, let's just go to the reaction notes. I'm trying out this new format for the reactions. I think that it's a lot more clearer than the last format, but you guys just let me know if you like this format or if you want to get back to the last format that we had. So yeah, my notes for this series are a mess. I'm sorry, I don't remember if I already said all of these thoughts that I had while rewatching the show. I think that I did, but I just want to go back for a little bit. I'm pretty sure that I already told you guys all of this, but just to be sure. In episode 1, Lemon Snicket makes a point of saying that neither the official fire department or the volunteer fire department arrive in time to stop the fire, and this of course means nothing the first time you watch the show, but definitely stands out when you're in season 2 last episode, BFD making operation. Actually, I don't know if I'm sorry, I watched last episode a while ago. I can't remember if I told you about these notes or we're fine. I just checked the last episode, at least the intro, and I couldn't find it. So I guess, as I said, I recorded last episode a month ago, so I'm not really sure what I did and what I did not. I only remember that one day I was like having a lot of free time, so I decided to start taking notes from the first episode of a series of important events, and I rewatched the episode. So here we are. I think that these notes haven't been discussed previously, and if I did discuss them previously, just bear with me. So yeah, let's go and take this into consideration then. Because yeah, as I said, I rewatched episode 1. And in episode 1, Lemon Snicket makes a point of saying that neither the official fire department or the volunteer fire department arrive in time to stop the fire. And of course, this doesn't stand out as anything, but it kind of does when you get the context of last episode, the BFD, Volunteer Fire Department, and I just thought that that was really cool. Another thought that I had, I'm sorry, these notes are so messy, I'll order them for next episode, because there are a lot of just typos and grammar not grammaring. Because I was in a hurry when I started typing all of these thoughts, because I was watching the episode and I was making drawings, doodles. So yeah, it's just that there's a lot of things that I need to correct from here, but yeah, I just love that. It is really interesting. I really want to rewatch the show now. At least the things that I have already watched. And the directions underground in the tunnel point at the Quagmires, the Snicket, someone named Julian, and Remora. And yeah, at the end of the episode 1, the tunnel pointed at those things, and there were a lot of names and places in the screen, but I couldn't make sense of all of them. And then in the other side, 2 spats. Later on, also Montgomery, Orwell, 667, also Strauss, and other timing things. I'm not really sure what I wanted to say in that last thing. Another things. So yeah, a lot of names that we know, and I was just thinking, like, why is the Strauss name also there? Because if I'm not mistaken, the only person that we know that has that last name is Justice Strauss, right? I don't know. It's interesting. And at the end of the episode, Lemony says something along the lines of, I have the same dedication to researching and presenting this story no matter what dangers it puts me in. Trouble and strife can cover this world like dark of night, or like smoke from a suspicious fire. And when that happens, all good, true, and decent people know that it's time to volunteer. And at least I just really like that. I think that it makes a lot of more sense. I am just really excited because there are a lot of things happening, a lot of foreshadowing, a lot of mysteries that have yet to be uncovered, and yeah, I am just really excited. And actually continued with this because it's lacking a lot of things. I wanted to put the Baudelaires in the center of the relationship diagram, family tree thing that I've been doing, and this show, it's the one that has made me more, well, almost ready to give up, because because there's so much information. There are a lot of characters. There are a lot of relationships between the characters. So I almost gave up. And it was because I was putting the bottlers on the center, so everything was a mess. But it kind of makes sense when you put Count Olaf in the center. And I know that this diagram is not ready to be shown. It's lacking a lot of information. I will work on it, so next episode, starting the new season of the show, we get a fresh start with this diagram. But there are a lot of things, and I just think that it makes a lot of sense if you put Count Olaf in the middle, in the center, because it all links back to him one way or another, right? Even when the Baudelaires are our main characters, it all traces back to him because he is the common denominator in some sort. Like, everything is connected, but a lot connects with Count Olaf, so I just thought that it was normal to put him in the center and not the Baudelaires. So, the Olaf's gang. I didn't put Esme in here because even when she's been part of the gang lately, I consider her own persona, her own motives, so I'm just keeping her as herself and not putting her in Count Olaf's gang. Maybe if she's still around, because I just have a feeling that everyone is going to die in this show. So if she's still around for season 3, maybe I'll add her to Olaf's gang. But I was watching the credits of episode 1, and I realized that we have some nicknames for Olaf's gang people, because we don't have the actual names. So I am going to be referring them as that. So we have the Hook-Handed Man, which is one of my favorite. I think that he's such an interesting character. We were getting some backstory and developing of his character last episode, which was amazing. I just really like his relationship with Sunny and how, I don't know, he's kind of adorable in his own sinister, stupid way. So I love it. Then we have the Bald Man. I don't have a lot to say about him. I kind of like him too. Then we have the hench person of indeterminate gender. I just love that. I really like him too. I really like him. He's surprisingly insightful. So that is really interesting. I just want to know, how did all these people started working for Olaf, because it doesn't make any sense. And then we have Whiteface Woman 1 and 2. I don't have a lot to say from them. I just think that they are a whole vibe as well. In general, I just like Olaf's gang. Then we have the Baudelaire family. Then we have Violet Baudelaire, Klaus Baudelaire, Sunny Baudelaire are main characters. And Papa Baudelaire and Mama Baudelaire. I don't think that we have names. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that we have names. Well, I don't know if we know their names or not. But I'll have to rewatch the show anyway, so I'll have time to figure it out. I don't think that we have their pictures. We only have... I mean, like, last episode I did a quick run through the whole photograph, and I think that I discarded every character except what I am assuming to be their parents. So... And also, we are apparently guessing that there was a survivor of the Baudelaire fire. But I am not too confident in that. I don't know if I believe it or not. A lot of good things do not happen in this show, so I am skeptical. So we have just interrogation marks for them because we don't know what they look like. And then the relationship between the Baudelaires and Poe is that he is in charge of the siblings' fortune and he's some sort of guardian to them. Mr. Poe is married to Eleanor, who works at the Daily Punctilio. She is a pain in the ass as well. I really like her, but she's a pain in the ass, and Poe is useless. He's useless in the best of his times. So, yeah. Then we have Justice Strauss, which I also mentioned earlier. which is really interesting. I really want to know why was she in possession of the book of, you know, the book that they needed, the one with the incomplete story of secret organizations, because I think that that's a book not easily found. Granted, we also had that book in at least 3 different places. The bottlers never actually got to see the book, but maybe it's just, you know, a common book. I don't know, but it's really interesting that she had it. Happens to have the book of the secret organization, and her name is on the tunnel, so I don't know. There's something going on around here. And then I didn't complete this one, but it was supposed to be the Quagmire family. I still have to complete this. And then we have, we have, the problem is that everything relates to one another, so everything is going to be crazy in this diagram when I finish it, because here's the Bottler family, and this is the other members of the secret organization, kind of inseparably, but not really. So we have, of course, our favorite Montgomery. I love him. He's going to be on my ofrenda next year. You know, you guys probably watched Coco, right? You guys know what an ofrenda is. I'm not going to explain it. Well, I mean, if you want me to explain it, but... Then we have Lemon is Naked. I am going to put all of the different characters that we have in the secret organization later on. But the ones that I put here was Lemon is Naked, Jacqueline, and Gustave. And Gustave apparently is dead. I'm not really sure who killed him, though. I am going to assume that it was Olaf, but we know, you know, we didn't saw a face, so I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to complete this diagram, and I'm going to fix these notes so they are not this messy. But that's it. So who's ready to start the reaction? Because I sure am not. Okay. I am excited, but I am really nervous. Like, really nervous. So it's an interesting combination. This episode is only, 43 minutes. I thought that it was going to be longer because it was the season finale, but apparently not. So, yeah. Anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, this is going to be a highlighted reaction. But if you want to catch the full-length, uncut, unedited reactions, I am going to leave you my Patreon account in the description box down below, and feel free to check it out. We are a bunch of episodes ahead in there as well. And if you are interested to know my thoughts on the diverse shows that I'm watching and reacting to, if you want to know my theories and my, I don't know, character analysis, favorite quotes, all of that, I am going to leave you my reaction notes in the description box down below as well, so you can just follow me along through the discussion segment and the introduction segment of every reaction. And yeah, you know, if that is something you'd be interested in, I'm going to leave you that link in the description box down below as well. And I think that's it, so without further ado, let's just jump into this reaction, shall we? Actually, I bought the AirPod Pro today, but I realized that my computer doesn't have any Bluetooth. But I bought them so I can have the most immersive experience, and I don't have to be subjected to, you know, this kind of earphones, because they are annoying. But I'm going to buy some Bluetooth for my computer, and then I'll be able to use the AirPods. Anyway, I'm really excited. I have to, no, let's just do it. Okay, so yeah, subtitles, audio, we're ready. Let me just see if the volume, yeah, okay.
Caligari carnival. Any researcher traveling the hinterlands would scarcely be able to tell there had been a carnival here at all. All that remains is a poorly dug pit. A few burnt remains.
I don't have a good feeling about this. I don't have a good feeling at all.
On nights like this, I think of the fearsome beast lurking in the darkness, and I wonder which part of the beast is the most frightening. Some say the teeth, or the claws, or the hair, if you happen to be allergic. I believe that the most frightening part of any beast is its belly. Because if you are seeing the belly of the beast, it means that you have been devoured, and for that reason, the phrase "in the belly of the beast" means in a terrible place with little chance of escape.
Wow.
My name is Lemony Snicket, and before this episode is over, the phrase "in the belly of the beast" will be used 3 times, not counting the times I've already used it, and for that reason, I would stop watching now.
Oh, God.
Before this story gets so frightening that you feel as if you are in the belly of the beast yourself. That time doesn't come.
Oh. But I really like that. I always learn so much with him.
Count Olaf will be here any minute. And we are in the belly of the beast.
Oh, shit. Oh, I really like that. I really like that.
The fortune teller is just a librarian with smoke and mirrors. I may have lost you at...
And new attraction at Caligari Carnival.
That is good news because this popcorn is super stale.
It is good news, sir. This show is about to get a lot more entertaining.
Ah!
Just because I'm back in it. Who here is familiar with the ancient art of sorcery? Wait.
No, hon, that's not right.
Sorcery.
Sorcery.
Means magic?
Oh, sorcery. You were trying to say sorcery.
Yes! Sorcery!
Oh, honey.
How right you are. I'm surprised that you could hear, girlie, with something being in your ear.
What?
Oh, behold!
Astounding, incredible. That's not that impressive. Maybe if it was doves.
Really? Well then, how about this? A scarf. How about 2 scarves? 3 scarves? 4
Darling,
scarves?
you're scaring him.
All right, fine. One more. Pop, there's your dove. It's dead, thanks.
Okay, well that's a little impressive.
You know what's a lot impressive? More impressive than 17 scarves and a dead dove? Behold! A pit of starving lions.
Yeah, I feared that.
My freaky friends, and it makes me terribly sad to think that one of you will be eaten by lions tomorrow. I have real tears in my eyes thinking about it.
Well, they're their close friend. Don't be sad.
I can't help it. But I have an opportunity for you all that might make us all very, very happy.
An opportunity? Why, we were just saying that an opportunity could come along at any minute.
Well, that's completely true.
Aha.
Go around the fire and I'll tell you about it.
Now that we split these
Wow.
logs and started this fire like you asked, what's this opportunity you're talking about?
Tonight, I am offering you the chance to quit your jobs at the House of Freaks and join Count Olaf and myself in his troupe.
Do you really think a normal man like him would want to work with freaks like us? Of course he would. Count Olaf doesn't care whether you're hideously freakish or normal.
As long as you obey his every whim beyond all reason.
Wow, what an opportunity.
I had a hunch you'd be excited, no offense. Hugo.
None taken.
If you're interested, all you have to do is one simple task.
Which is?
Commit a murder.
Okay, sounds good.
Did you just say?
Now, tomorrow during the Lion Show, Count Olaf will choose one freak to jump into the pit, but I want whomever is chosen to throw Madame Lulu in instead.
Shit.
You want us to murder Madame Lulu?
It is a dramatic exercise to show Count Olaf you're brave enough to join his troop.
Throwing Madame Lulu into a pit of lions doesn't strike me as brave.
Just vicious and
Honey,
How can it be vicious and cruel to give people what they want?
you have to pretend, honey.
I want to join Count Olaf's troop. The crowd wants to see someone eaten by lions,
And I want Madame Lulu thrown into the pit.
When she puts it like that, it doesn't sound so bad.
Tomorrow, one of you will have the exciting opportunity to give everybody what they want.
Why would you want Madame Lulu thrown to the lions?
You'll understand when you're older. Maybe not you. Is there something wrong? I've just offered you a job, which was very generous of me.
Yeah, you need to pretend.
Squalor.
I just don't feel comfortable throwing... Riding a roller coaster is the sort of activity normal children do.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But how are they going to get to the mountains in that? I am so nervous.
There are few truly happy moments in the lives of the Baudelaire children. This is not one of them.
Oh, that was cruel. That was cruel.
When meeting a volunteer in the field, you may determine their allegiance with the use of a code phrase. The world is quiet here. This may sound to you like a curious statement, like the motto of a secret organization or something a stranger might say to you when he picks you up in his taxi and invites you to use your talents for the benefit of the world. There will be losses along the way. We may never triumph, not completely. We may be defeated, at least for a time, but we will never disappear. Not so long as there are noble, well-read people
To take up the
torch.
That is so sad. I mean, it's so beautiful and so sad. It's bittersweet. I just have such a terrible feeling about this.
Going somewhere.
Oh, there you are, my love. You're
Or the woman with the bag of money.
I am not a freak. I'm a member of the audience. I just happen to have a dermatological condition.
And this isn't a bag of money. These are algebra quizzes.
Well, I don't care who it is.
Sure.
I just hope this circus has clowns. I like the sad ones.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the choosing ceremony to commence. The names of each and every freak have been written down on small pieces of paper, folded up, and placed inside the box that this lovely young lady is holding.
I don't think she's particularly lovely.
We'll think of something.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will reach inside the box, pull out one piece of paper, unfold it, and read the name of the freak out loud. Then that freak will then walk down this wooden plankway, jump into the pit, and we'll all watch as the lions eat him. Or her. Before we begin, does anyone have any questions?
Why do you get to pick the name from the box?
Because it was my idea.
I have a question. Is this legal?
Don't spoil the fun, boy. If you're going to ask a bunch of complicated questions, you might as well wait in my car. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now reaching my hand inside the box. I am pulling out one piece of paper, which I will unfold very slowly to increase the suspense.
Nicely done, honey.
A grown man unfolding paper. How amazing.
I learned how to amaze crowds by working extensively in regional theater. Ladies and gentlemen, I am now unfolding the first fold in the piece of paper.
Woo!
I feel morally queasy. Could also be from eating this hot dog I found on the ground.
No, honey.
I
don't
have
do
just
that.
unfolded the second fold in the piece of paper.
Oh
Four more folds left.
Is this gonna be scary?
Oh, don't worry, little Trixie. This was advertised as family entertainment. I'm sure who's ever eaten by lions is someone who deserves it.
I deserve to get eaten by lions, except maybe Count Olaf. Are you thinking what I think?
No, that is not going to work.
I did one more fold.
That is certainly not going to work.
Fold. What is it? Ladies and gentlemen, today's lucky freak proves that two heads are better than
I
one.
knew it.
Beverly and Elliot, step on up.
I knew it was going to be them.
It's a wicked thing to do. What choice do we have?
Honey!
I'll do it for Esme.
Well, this is a welcome distraction.
I've been living on a teacher's salary.
I don't even care who gets eaten. I just want to feel alive.
I never knew this show involved audience participation.
I can't wait anymore.
I'm about ready to push someone myself.
Trust me.
That is not going to work. That is not going to work.
Fortune teller. You're that school librarian.
I'm more than that. I'm a volunteer.
This is going to end badly. We know that.
Thank you for volunteering. Now it's time for your special reward.
Motherfucker.
Never had the privilege of meeting Olivia Caliban, but I do know my brother loved her. I know she was armed with curiosity, well-defined moral compass, and a well-curated collection of books. In other words, she was like many librarians I've known. Brave, noble person who did not deserve to end up in the belly of the beast.
2. We still have 1 to go.
That sounded like Olivia.
So I knew that it was coming. I knew. We all knew. Doesn't make it easier. I think that that's the theme of this show. We know that we shouldn't get attached to any of these characters. Not even the butlers. And, you know, none of these deaths have been fair since the beginning. Like, none of them. I don't think that I've cried for all of them. The ones that hurt me the most were, of course, Montgomery's dead, and I mean, like, all of the deaths. I mean, like, Jack's death was also really bad. And the ones with the parents of the Quagmires. I mean, like, what I mean is that we had a lot of just awful stories, not fair endings. But it doesn't make it any easier. And these are the moments that I really, really hate to love Count Olaf. Because in terms of a great antagonist, I think that he's really interesting, that he does his part really well. He's compelling, and yeah. But these are the moments where I just hate him. And I think that it was really great that we got to see the audience's reaction to someone actually being eaten up by a lion. How it kind of changed. And I think that that is really common in our society right now. How we are desensitized from violence. Because, you know, mainstream media and action movies. And I'm not saying that they're bad or anything. I'm just saying that we are desensitized from a lot of things. Because when you watch something over and over and over again, it kind of becomes normal to you. When a lot of the times there's nothing normal about it. So I think that we, because of all the things that we see in, you know, movies, shows, games that are, you know, gore or horror, all of those things really make you desensitized in some way or another. So when you, I mean, like, there are a lot of options for what happens to us when we are actually faced with violence and death and terrible things in reality, because it kind of shocks you. I don't know. It's just that I'm still trying to process. I was pretty sure that she was going to die this episode. But she has been one of those characters that have been along for pretty much all of the season. I just hate it. And I think that Lemony's naked narration, it's always, I don't know, so melancholic, so rough. It's beautiful, but it's just... Anyway, before I start to cry, I think that it's really interesting that basically all of Count Olaf's gang could also be considered freakish themselves. And oh no, I'm crying. Okay. And it is really interesting because I never saw it like that until they kind of call it out, because actually I was thinking that the freaks working for Count Olaf would make perfect sense due to all of the other gang, you know. And I think that it's really funny that Mr. Poe just kind of pops up anywhere that the bottlers go. Oh my god, this was just rough. We still have 11 minutes to go. So I'm going to guess that the bottlers are going to still be on the lam for this episode. But the thing that I'm worried about is that we still have one in the belly of the beast left. Anyway, let's just do it. God, this just destroyed me. It really did.
On fire.
Really?
Yes, really. You're with us now, freaks. Really light this tent on fire. Really destroy all these papers and notes and the rest of Madame Lulu's boring clutter. And then really meet me at the car when you're done. Chabo, you're coming with me.
Chabo would prefer to stay with us.
I could care less what Chabo would prefer. I
They
am the
need
man
to
in charge
act
here, not
the
this
part.
feral little monster. Come, stop prowling.
Nice, Wolfie.
Nice, Wolfie. Please, honey, think about it. Think about it. Hide the book with you.
He already has Sonny, and he burned a ride out of here. Riding with him is the only way to get to the mountains.
But hide the book with you.
Set that fire, we're as bad as he is.
Well, not really.
We'll never find out if one of our parents survived.
I know just how you feel. My first time was hard, too. Let me help you with that.
This is really interesting. His
Get the
first
food.
time. He almost sounded sympathetic in that moment. I just want to know more about Count
You
Olaf.
two can ride in the gift caravan. We're going to attach it
And
to
they
boat
are
behind
starting
us. So many
fires.
recruits
Yeah.
Is that smoke? I
no.
myself am in suspense about the current fate of the Baudelaires. And there are other details I've yet to discover, such as the fate of my late brother's taxi, the location of a certain sugar bowl.
He doesn't know.
The
Who is
identity
this?
of the previous Madame Lulu, though reliable sources tell me it's a woman I know very well.
I don't think it's
Can be
Beatrice,
frustrating
is
to live
it?
in suspense, not knowing what's around the next curve in the road. It may feel as if you are on the edge of a cliff, not knowing if you will fall, how sharp the rocks are at the bottom, or if you will have time to scream. But life is like that. It's a cliffhanger.
Oh, I love that.
Elliot, press the red button and speak to me.
We're here.
Look out the window. You know what that feels like, because I do. But things are looking up for me. I'm cutting all ties with my past failures.
Huh.
Get it? Because
Yeah,
I'm
literally.
actually cutting the rope that you tied
I'm
between
sure
my...
they get it, darling.
Yeah. But it was a good method.
Goodbye, Baudelaire.
Oh, and he has Sonny.
Sonny! Sonny! Sonny!
Down they go. Into the belly of the beast.
Tree. Shit. Ah! How are they going to stop that? Every episode, guys, every episode, I swear to God, every episode, I just end up so overloaded with information. So I have questions. I mean, like, I have a lot of unanswered questions, and I don't know why, but I have a feeling that the ending of this show might be, as Lemony Snicket said, you know, maybe there are going to be unanswered questions, maybe there are going to be a lot of things that we don't know about, because that is life. I couldn't be mad if that were the case, but I don't know if it's going to be like that, or if we're going to get all of the answers. I don't know. Okay, but the questions that go into my mind are: is Beatrice alive? Is that woman Beatrice? I don't think that. It can't be, right? She's dead, isn't she? And the way that Lemony Snicket was narrating the ending there, it made me thought that maybe he doesn't have the answers for the questions that are posing in this episode, in this cliffhanger. Maybe he doesn't know. Maybe he doesn't know what happens next. Maybe he doesn't know if Beatrice is alive. Maybe he knows as much as we do with this cliffhanger. How are the Baudelaires going to survive this? How? I'm going to guess that it's going to be with the help of BFD, because I don't think that they can do anything. And okay, no, so I am assuming that the car that was in the first minutes of the episode, And the one that I was like, oh, well, maybe it's the card that we saw in earlier episodes. Maybe it's not. Because actually I think that the card that we saw in the fire was one of those that do not have any ceiling. Convertibles, something like that. And this one did have, I don't know, like I said before, I do not remember the card well. I just was hoping to connect dots, but I don't think that anymore. I think that the one that set the Quagmire fire was Count Olaf. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right? It has to be. Yeah, no, so that was a far reach. I was totally mistaken about that. But, yeah. And, yeah, I knew that Count Olaf knew. He was doing some shady shit. And the moment where he passed the torch, quite literally, was kind of just great. And it was going to mean more if he knew that these were the bottlers. The way that he said it, though, the way that he said that the first time is always the hardest, I think that he means it. That's what makes him such an interesting character. I just want to know about him a lot. I have a lot of questions about him. And yeah, so we did get a little bit more of information about the BFD, and that apparently, as we know, there were some members like the eye doctor that just sided with another branch, you know, one where the fire department volunteered, who put fires literally and metaphorically, and there were people who just decided to start fires, which are, you know, most of the characters that, well, a lot of the characters that we know, not a lot, but at least two of them, Count Olaf and the Eye Doctor. And yeah, it's just that I have so many questions. There is so many questions in this. I am dying to read the books. I am just watching this beautiful, amazing, great show that I'm loving, and I am constantly thinking, how different is the book, or is it the same? I just have a lot of questions about the book in general. I am searching for an edition that I like so I can buy it and start reading it when we finish the show. But yeah, I don't know. I really cannot tell how this is supposed to be book for children. I don't think that it's for little children. I am going to assume that children means teenagers, because damn, this is rough. This is rough. Olivia, she deserved better. She really did. But again, most of the people who die in this show deserved better. So, and apparently Larry is going to go to the place, the headquarters that everyone is going to. And the survivor, that apparently there is a survivor, is also going to the headquarters. So I'm going to assume that, you know, if the survivor is one of the bottler parents, I don't think that they're going to be surviving a lot, because that's how it works here. That's how it works here. Unfair. Unfair. Anyways, great episode. Really, really great episode. I loved it. It was a really great season finale. I hate it, but I loved it. And you know, if you have any suggestions with the format, if you like it, if you don't like it, please do let me know in the comment section. We can go back to the old format of, you know, the footage in the little square down here and me big, or if you guys like this one more. Anyway, there's a lot to think about, but this episode was amazing as always. I just leave these episodes feeling equally amazed because of how much I learned in terms of, you know, grammar and vocabulary and things in general, amazed by the story, and equally drained by the story. It is great. It's amazing. I just have a feeling that this is going to be one of my favorite shows. I love it. I kind of want to make doodles, sketches of this show because it's so great. I don't know if there are fan arts of this show because I haven't searched for anything, you know, because I don't want to get spoiled, but I just want to make doodles. That's how you know that I'm going to be obsessed with a show, when I want to make sketches of the characters and situations and stuff. Yeah, anyway. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to leave a like or a comment. Anything you want would be highly appreciated. And if you want to know when I upload my reactions, I'm going to leave you my Twitter account in the description box down below and feel free to check it out. I guess that's it, so we'll be seeing each other on the next reaction. Bye!